Hey everybody, welcome back. I've got an awesome product to review here. This is the BLUETTI AC200P portable power station. And this video here today is sponsored by BLUETTI. They did send me the product here to do this video review. And the main reason I'm making a video is to show my viewers here what is available out there if they prefer not to buy a gas generator. Because in many cases, this will suffice for most of you guys watching out there today if the power goes off at your place. And in today's video, I'll be showing you the features of this power station. I'm also going to power up some tools and some household items that everybody has. And here's the front panel of the power station. It is a 2000 watt hour unit. You've got 6 AC output plugs here. So this is what they look like in North America. You also have some AC plugs here as well. You can charge up your phone here. There's some USB plugs here. Over here, there's 2 barrel plugs. And over here, there is a DC output 12 volt, 25 amp. There it is. And you also have another DC output 12 volt, 10 amps. And there's the socket. Now on the side here, you have another plug. This is to plug in the AC adapter charger. And over here, what you have is the plug in case you're using your car to charge it or solar panels. So it's pretty cool that you can actually use the provided charger to charge it up. You can also get some solar panels, or you can use the lighter plug from your car to charge it up. And here's what you get with the machine. You get a pouch, you get this AC adapter that I was talking about. This one here plugs right there. And here it is, you just plug it in there. And you also get these plugs here to use if you have solar panels. And you get this one that will plug into your car lighter. Also, this plug here can be used in this socket right here. And then you have this plug here that will plug in right in this socket right there. And you also get an owner's manual, so you might want to read through this before you actually use it. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's a 2000 watt hour unit, but it also has a 4800 watt surge. But the capacity is 2000 watt hours. And it also comes with lithium ion batteries with a 3500 plus life cycle up to 80%. And another cool feature is that you have 17 outputs for multiple devices, so it's quite a bit on here when you count all these, plus the cords that come with it. And there's actually 7 ways to charge this machine up. You can use AC, solar, car, generator, lead battery, dual AC, and AC plus solar. And it also has a 700 watt solar input. And some of the other features are 1200 watt max fast dual charging solar plus AC adapter simultaneously. And just a few tips here in case you're using solar panels. You have to use them with the MC4 connector that came with it. And open circuit voltage must be between 35 volts and 150 volts. So these are some of the specs I just wanted to bring out here at the beginning of the video, but there is also a link in the description so you can go and read fully about this unit. Now, if you look on top of this power station, you can see that there's 2 options here to wirelessly charge your devices. And by the way, this machine here weighs about 60 pounds. Now, to power on the machine, all you have to do is push once on the power button. It's going to fire up here and initialize itself. I've got it charged at 100% here. Now, if you look around the machine here, there is a hole here for a fan. There's a fan inside, and you might hear the fan go on sometimes. So what I'll do here is just charge up a battery from an electric snowblower. And I just want to show you what you need to do here before you actually get power out of the plugs here. Now, all these plugs here run on AC power. So what you need to do is go on the dashboard here. You'll see it says AC off. So you have to push here and click on. And if you want to turn these plugs on, you need to go to the DC here, push it, and push on, and now you've got power coming out of these plugs. And once I've got the DC power turned on the dashboard, I can actually plug in my charging cable, USB plug here, plug in my phone, and it will be charging. Now, when you're using the charger that came with the unit here, you have to have the machine on or else it will not charge the battery. So whether you plug this in the wall or a generator, again, come back here, turn the machine on, or else it will not be charging. Now you can go in the settings here if you want to. I didn't really bother going in. You can put it in eco mode if you want to save power. You've got the DC input source from a car if you want, AC output 60 Hertz, AC output 120. So I'm going to leave that the way it is. I'm going to go back here. Right here it shows you what AC load you have on the unit, which I don't have anything on right now. Above here it shows you if you have the adapter plugged in to charge it, or your car, or solar panels. And right here is the DC load, which would be from all these plugs below. And currently I have no load on anything, and that's why it's all saying 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do in a few minutes here is plug in some tools in the shop that use a lot of power to give this machine here a good run for its money. Also, I want to mention that this week I had this unit in the house to test it out, and I plugged in my fridge. It's a normal family fridge, not too big, not too small. And I left it plugged in for 3 hours, and it used 12% of what was left in the power here. So basically I started off at 100% on the machine. It was fully charged. After 3 hours, the batteries were down to 88%. So that means per hour, I was using 4% of the batteries on this machine. And I did open the doors quite a few times to just simulate, you know, actual real usage. And the machine's so quiet that I actually forgot that I had plugged it in. And basically we just used the fridge for those 3 hours like we normally would have. Now, if you had a big family and you had kids and they're opening the doors every 15 minutes, then you're probably going to use more than 4% per hour. But my average was 4% of usage. So I figured it out. 100 divided by 4 equals 25. So basically, to be safe here, guys, because I did this, it's in March here, it's a little colder than in the summertime, so it's going to use a lot less power for the fridge. However, I will give it a good average at between 20 hours to 24 hours to power up my fridge on a full battery. So that's pretty good. So here's what I'm going to test out on my machine here is my TIG Square Wave 200. This will take a lot of juice from this machine. The reason I'm doing this is because there could be contractors or welders watching today that do mobile jobs, and they might be wondering if this can hold up. So this machine here is dual power. I can run it on 220 or 120, and I've changed the cord so that I can plug it into the unit here. I've charged it up to 100% again, so I'm going to turn it on. Again, it's nice and quiet. And like I've done in the previous video here, I will weld another nut right here. And I'll be running my machine here on DC TIG, and I'm going to have it at about 100 amps. So here's what I did. I just quickly heated up the nut and melted a puddle around it. I wasn't trying to do a perfect job here. It was mostly to see how the unit would put up with the intense power needed to power up the welder. And I had the welder on for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I only used 3% of the batteries. So that's quite impressive, guys, because sometimes you might want to go do a remote welding job and you don't have access to power. So you can just bring that and run it on the 120 and you know it's going to work. Now here's my electric cutoff saw. I want to try that out as well on the power station. What I want to show you guys here is that the plug for the electric cutoff saw here requires a plug that can handle 20 amps. And you can see that this is a different plug here than normally you would have here in North America. Usually the prongs are both straight like this, but this one is slanted, and that's because it requires more amperage. However, this power station can accommodate that because, as you see, it's made to accept this plug. So I'm really happy about that because the wall outlets cannot handle this plug to run the saw, but this can. What I'm going to do now is take it outside. I'm going to cut a brick in half and we'll see how much power is left. Okay, so I'm outside with the saw here. The machine has 97% power left. And what I'll be doing is cutting this brick in half with it, and then we'll see how much power is left. Okay, let's see what we're at now. I've cut that brick in half. We were at 97% when I started. Now I'm at 96%, so I could cut another 96 blocks. And also guys, try not to use it in a dusty environment like I just did. If you're going to do that, just keep it far, far away from the dust. And always make sure you keep the fan vent here clear. You don't want anything blocking that. So I'm pretty impressed with this machine so far. I've tested some equipment in the shop here that uses a lot of power, like the TIG welder and the cutoff saw that I just tried. And don't forget that I've already tested this on my fridge in the house, and I could get approximately 20 to 24 hours of use on one charge. And now I want to talk about the pros of getting this unit for your home. One of the major pros you will have is that you won't have to deal with a gas generator. You won't have to worry about storing it and making sure that the gas doesn't go bad and ruin your carburetor. You won't have to deal with spark plugs anymore with engine oil. No engine oil changes to do. No fumes in your house or garage because of a generator that leaks gas or smells like gas. It will always run. It's not like you go to start a gas generator and sometimes it might start or it may not start. You don't have to worry about that with this unit. So there's basically zero maintenance to do on this unit, unlike a gas generator. And also, if you live in an apartment where you're not allowed to have a generator, this is perfect for you. And also, if you get the solar panels from BLUETTI to charge this up, you can keep this thing going indefinitely, even if you live in an apartment. And this unit here is not that big, it's easy to store, and you don't have to worry about gas fumes. And now before ending off the video, I'm going to make a cup of coffee using this power station. Now I've got 96% of battery life left, and we'll check it out after I've brewed a cup of coffee. And you can see here that it's using quite a bit of power, 973 watts. And this is exactly why I wanted to test out this coffee maker on the power station. So we have a constant 900 watts plus being used here. We're down to 94, again a constant 900 watts plus of usage. So this is really putting a good strain on this power station, giving it a good test. Now, most appliances in your kitchen won't use this much power, but again, this is a really good test for the power station. Okay, so the machine is done brewing the coffee, and you can see here that it's using 0 watts. It's done its cycle. Now, the power station here was at 96% before I plugged in the coffee machine and put it through its cycle. We're at 92, it only used 4% of battery life. And I'm going to have some black coffee. Coffee's good. By the way, guys, if you do camping, this is excellent. It's quiet. You're not going to bother the other campers with this unit here. You can have your power on any time of the day or any time of the night. Also, if you live off-grid, this can also be a good unit to have as well if you don't want to be running your generator all the time. Also, guys, don't forget to check out their website. I've put the link in the video description and also in the comment section of this video. You can purchase this on Amazon. I've seen it on Amazon Canada, and it's probably on the US site and other countries as well. And when you consider how little power it used today for everything I've tried, it's actually pretty impressive. I'm impressed with it. It did better than what I expected. And I can kind of see how these machines here in the future will replace a lot of generators because it will be more convenient for people to own a power station than to have a generator with gas and oil. because a lot of generators that come in my shop end up having carburetors like this that are all corroded, and they end up with expensive repairs. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and make sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And you guys have a great day.